Hey guys, it's Becky with Design Bundles, and I am here today to talk to you about using a build a bundle project. Okay, now you heard that right, build a bundle. Now that can be a little confusing. You may not know what type of file I'm talking about, but they are really awesome, and I guarantee that you will understand what I'm talking about once we dive into it. Now, you'll use a little patience because you do have to pull in quite a few image files, but I promise it is a lot easier than it seems. So let's go ahead and jump on over. We're doing this in Silhouette Studio, but don't be afraid because you can do this in a lot of different design softwares. So let's get started.
Hey guys, so here we are on designbundles.net, and if you're wondering what a build-a-bundle product is, you're not alone with that, but you will soon recognize these. Build-a-bundle is where you purchase a bundle of graphics that you can then group together to form a larger image. Now, the most common is going to be from the back, when you have people and different accessories, different views and colors and hair and skin tones and all different things. So one that obviously is really popular right now are the nurse bundles. And then of course there's family bundles that were super popular for Christmas. Now there's hero bundles and best friend bundles and gnome bundles, and it just kind of goes on and on, which is good. It's a really good thing because, I just feel like one bundle doesn't fit everybody. And what I'm really excited about is I'm going to score this ultimate bundle product here. Now, it's $21, and I don't say that to say that that is a lot, but that is an investment. So make sure that you review everything that it comes with. And you also want to make sure it's going to come with files that you can use. In particular, I use Silhouette Studio a lot. Now, the principles that we're going to use in this video can be applied to multiple different softwares, but Silhouette Studio is super easy, so that's what I'm going to use. And I know that what I'm looking for are the PNG folders, PNG files, that sort of thing. If you're using Photoshop or another higher end graphic software, you'll be able to use these PSD files. But for the rest of us that are just using basic programs, PNG is what you're going to be looking for. So I am pretty excited about that. Also, make sure you pay attention. This designer was very upfront, and I think that's great, and it's really good to understand that this is not an SVG file. Okay, so if you're working with Silhouette Studio, Cricut Design Space, that sort of thing, these are not cut files for you. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't use them as a print and cut feature, or that you can't set these up for stickers or print them for sublimation. There's definitely a lot of uses, but just know that you're not going to be able to take this file as it is without any modifications and cut and assemble these using your vinyl cutter, because that's just not what they're meant for. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and click Add to Cart. And of course, you guys know I'm a really big fan of using store credit. So I'm just going to check out now with that store credit. Of course, I get, a little bit more of a discount because I do have that Plus membership. And store credit, check out. Now to download my product, it's going to bring me to my purchase screen. I'm just going to click on download files, and then I can either go ahead and choose what I want to download, or I can download them all using this ultimate bundle.zip. Okay, now this is obviously a large file. That's nothing to be worried about. It's going to take a few minutes to download, so we will come back and take a look when it's ready. And ta-da! Wasn't that fast? So I paused the video a little bit so you guys didn't have to wait, but it took about 15 minutes. So I'm just going to click and open this zipped folder. And from here, I can choose Extract All. Now, I'm on a PC, so that works for me. But if you're using a Mac, it may be a little bit different. So now we're going to go through the process of this unzipping, which also will take just a few minutes. So I'll skip through this for you guys and be back in just a minute. Okay, so the extraction is finished. So I'm just going to click back over to my Downloads folder. And there we go. We have my Ultimate Bundle all nice and extracted, and I can double click to access all the different bundles that were included in that. So I'm going to go through these and decide what type of bundle I want to build, And then we will start off in Silhouette Studio to compile our images we can use for either print and cut, sublimation, or something along those lines. So let's reconvene in just a moment. Okay, so here we are in Silhouette Studio, and what I have is Silhouette Studio in the background, and I've opened a Windows folder here on the left-hand side, which is actually on top of my software. Now, I do it this way because I have Designer Edition, and it is easier, in my opinion, because I can just drag and drop them into the software. If you do not have Designer Edition, that's okay. Let me show you what you're going to do. You're going to simply go to File and Merge, and then you can locate in your Downloads folder that Ultimate Bundle, and you can bring them individually this way. So I would go to Build a Family. Okay, now I've decided to do my daughter and myself, and so I will start with Mother, and I'm going to start with skin tones. And now my daughter and I both have light skin, so I'm going to start with the woman's body. Okay, and that brings my first clip art here, and then we're going to continue to build as we go. So you would do that for each individual step and build using the File and Merge function. Now, if you have Designer Edition, you can bring this folder back up. I'm going to go back into Build a Family, and let me show you how easy this is. So we'll go back to Mother. I'll finish building myself. I am going to give myself a messy bun, and although I have actually very dark brown hair, I'm going to use the black, and I can just position it over where my hair would go. Okay, so same thing, pull this folder back up. If I want to, I can go ahead and go back and pull in, I explored a little bit. I'm doing child 5, that appeared to be the oldest child. So this is the child body. I can bring it in close to mine. So File, Merge is where you would want to go, or bring that folder back. I go back to Mother, and I'll finish building myself. So let's see clothes-wise. What do we want? Let's see, what do we have in blue? Ooh, that's a pretty color blue. All right, so I want the movable clothes because I am going to put my arm with hers. So I'll bring the blouse over. Oops, there we go. Put that on myself. And let's see, we'll go ahead and bring the left sleeve, and that just fits right in there. There we go. And you can zoom in if you have any problems aligning it. And then I'll bring the right sleeve. Now, the reason this is movable is because I can rotate it to fit how my arm is going to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring that arm in. Okay, so then I can select which arm I want to use. Arm coming up and around, or let's see what the other option is. I think it was more for around the back. Yep, so I'll be able to play with either of those and decide how I want it to look. So we'll leave those to the side for now. And I need some bottoms. So let's go back to Mother Clothes. And let's see, what kind of bottoms would I like? We'll just do black bottoms for now. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here real quick. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. Now, I've layered my bottoms, which is good, but I don't want my bottoms to be on top of my shirt. So I can just select my shirt and hit bring to front, and that way this layers over my bottoms instead of the other way around. And you'll be able to do that repeatedly throughout this to manipulate, like for example, the arm. I don't want my arm on top of the sleeve. So I'll position my arm where I want it to go and then be able to bring my shirt sleeve back out on top. So let's put some clothes on the child. So we were in child 5 outfits. Let's do top colors first. And just for now, we'll give her a pretty pink shirt. We may change that depending on how it looks. Okay, there we go. So then once again, and here's a shortcut up here, bring to front and bring to front. Okay, so Now, if I bring to front my arm, I'll be able to put it where I want it to go and bring to front on my sleeve again and see how they fit together. And if I want to, I can bring to front on my blouse. So we're just going through step by step, building all of these pieces. So now let's go to bottoms. And let's just give her gray bottoms. So fit that in. And then we can actually, so instead of bringing to front, we can start using the send to back. There we go. All right, now let's get rid of this arm. I'm actually not going to use that arm. And we'll bring in some hair. And my daughter has hair like mine, but hers is a little bit lighter. And I'm going to give her a ponytail. And there we go. Now I'm still missing my left arm. Okay, and here we go. Detached left arm. Okay, so that just makes it look like there's my elbow, right? Now, let's talk about accessories. I'm going to get all these. Let's zoom out a little bit. I'm going to center those. Now, you notice I haven't resized anything. And I haven't resized anything because, you know, all of these are coming in sized appropriately. So I want to wait until I'm done and then I can group them together and make them larger or smaller. All right, so let's go back. Let's see, let's check out the sitting items expansion. Oh, these are different pants. I like these. So I'm going to steal these jean pants here. So let's get rid of those. Sweet. Okay. All right. That's not what I was going in there for, but a fun find all the same. Well, let's go ahead and do the cat expansion pack because we have a little black cat. And I know that my daughter would just be so distraught if we did not. Now, our black cat is just little. She's a little kitty. Okay, so we can put her there. So I'm actually going to use the Build a Best Friend bundle because there are some hand props in here that I really liked. And you can see that they are designed to accommodate. So I want to use... Let's see, I probably shouldn't put wine in there with my kid, but let's use this iced coffee here. And let's do left arm up. Is that what I'm looking for? Let's find out. The fun thing is with all these bundles, no, that is not what I'm looking for. But I have all these different accessories and arms and different things that I can do. So that's really exciting. So let's go back to build a family and I'll choose one of those arms. Here, oh, this one. This is the one I want. So now I can use this arm, right? And add my drink. I'm gonna make my drink a little bit bigger. I like the big size. And then if I want to, I can actually turn this arm up some. We're going to send to back and send the drink to back also. Okay, so now technically this is complete. I could keep going and add, more members of my family, or, we have a dog I could add. I mean, that's the great thing about these bundles is there are so many things that you can add. But I don't want to bore you guys to death, so I'm going to go ahead and group these together. And now I can size this and put it on anything that I want to put it on. So for example, if I wanted to add this to my planner, I would print it on either printable vinyl or some sticker sheets. Or, if I wanted to put this on a t-shirt, I could use it for sublimation. I mean, really, the sky is just endless. And I think what I'm going to put this on is a coffee mug, just something cute that I can have. I can put it on my desk and, just enjoy it anytime I want. But don't worry, I have a few other inspiration items for you for this type of project.
So, build a bundle, right? I really, really love the Build a Bundle files. And you can create files for Christmas, you can do them for back to school, everyday projects, stickers. It's just endless what you can use this for. As a matter of fact, we have this plan for a sublimation project that you're also going to like using the file that we set up today. So I'm really excited to show that to you. Make sure you check back on the channel. But for now, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. I personally come back and check in with you guys. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we always have a lot of great videos planned for you right around the corner. I really appreciate you watching today. We will see you guys next time.